at the end of the day, like I was telling this guy, women are responsible for ourselves. Like no doubt about that. Like we can't just blame everything on a song. I'm not don't. Celebrity influence and celebrity culture, they shape it, meaning that they can subliminally get into your psyche.
Celebrity culture shapes the culture, and they dictate how we dress, how we talk. And look what Gloria Steinem's been able to, ever since she ran her mouth about feminism. Look how far it's come, just from one woman.
Conversation continued. Okay, so I was because Kara was watching the Cam Newton. I didn't even watch it. He tried to backtrack.
Well, he didn't really backtrack. He actually.
Well, he didn't backtrack.
He didn't backtrack. But
I should have watched that. Even watch it.
He didn't backtrack. He was just. You could tell though it affected him a little bit because he was all like, "Oh, men can be good house husbands too, and women can be the breadwinners." And he only did that. He said that he didn't believe that. He only said that because
he's trying to appease.
Because he started to feel again that the feminists are coming after him, and so. But then he also just said, you know, he didn't really say anything major. He just said, "But this is what I want for myself."
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So,
well, I feel.
But we start talking about the house husband and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make feminists feel good.
I know Cam Newton I believe he's a free agent right now, so I know that he was probably made this, I don't want to say clarification video, I guess you say, of what he talked about before, because I know that he probably doesn't want any stain on himself from what he has said, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But anyways, it brought me to the, somebody had made a comment on on that video. I think it was on a Cam Newton video. Yeah, Cam Newton video where we're talking about, I think we briefly mentioned Beyonce.
There's this whole idea of what I call the Beyonce and Jay-Z marriage, where everybody's doing the exact same thing, and so women look at them as power couples.
Yeah, I know.
And I want to be like this. But women don't. Most women don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
So when you have women like Kim Kardashian and Beyonce, all the the popular ones, Cardi B, all these women have kids. Kendall or Kylie Jenner. These women have money where they don't have to do anything female.
Right.
They have other women doing it for them. So they have nannies, they have cooks, people who clean, people who they have assistants.
Yeah.
The roles work well in regular homes where there's regular money. When you compare yourself to people who live in a dreamland, lavish, you're right.
Yeah,
where Jay-Z and Beyonce are like trying to get the third pool in their house. That's not normal. And so for them, roles don't really matter simply because she's not really needed as a woman in their house.
I think what we were saying is, if I can remember, that the reason why women are behaving the way they are is because they're basing their attitudes and their sometimes relationships off of celebrity relationships and attitudes, and it's having a bad, it's leaving a stain on the society. In society. So this person had wrote, I should go to the comment. So I think I want to say Mike.
I think Mike B.
Yeah, Mike B. It's MYK.
MYK.
Which he commented on our videos before. But anyways, I appreciate the comment because we so he kind of somewhat, I don't know if you disagree with us a little bit, but he was like, Beyonce, a bunch of question marks. Trust me, she caters to Jay-Z. Beyonce, the singer with all the feminist theories and what she has shown every time when she had to choose, she chose her man. He cheated, she stayed. People criticize her man, and all her fans and mainstream wanted her to divorce him. She stood by him. They've been together for 20 years. She's family oriented. However, her songs get other women twisted. I think sometimes people forget, like, not saying that this person forgot, but don't realize how much celebrities shape our culture, our society, and everything that we do. Normal, regular, everyday women are trying to behave like these Beyoncés and stuff, and not just Beyonce, just using her as an example, and they're not getting, it's not working out too well for them.
It's interesting because Jay-Z, when this happened, I remember people made fun of Jay-Z because they said that he went on, he did an interview where he was basically apologizing.
For what?
For cheating, I guess.
Oh, I think he did do it.
And people said it was not because, it was mostly because Beyonce's Beehive came after him.
Yeah.
And it could hurt his career if he didn't kind of.
Right. Oh, I did see
And
that.
if he didn't stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff to me, first of all, most women go back to men.
Very normal for a woman to go back.
Yeah, it is. And for Hollywood people, it's PR. I mean,
1000%.
they were the ones, Bonnie and Clyde, and she was talking about him and her music. And then what happened was, then the whole big fight in the elevator. And what happened was, is they had an avalanche of crap.
Yeah.
And so to stop the bleeding, she stayed, with her husband. I'm sure PR people got involved and said,
"Do not
and
get
that's
divorced."
why we haven't heard from them too much lately.
Yeah.
Because like Oprah told her, when the instant you start talking about your relationship,
hits the fan.
It will hit the fan.
Yeah,
and we know that with almost every, with almost every relationship, when all these Brangelinas and all this, it always hits the fan. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to break up, and generally they do. I mean, I remember when Demi Moore and Bruce Willis were together, no one ever thought that was going to end.
Right.
But it did. You know what I mean? Because celebrities are, when you're both celebrities, is extremely, extremely hard. And so, but the interesting part, well, it's just funny because even the part is like, trust me, like
where he says,
because people,
he says, trust me, she caters
like you don't really know her. You know what I mean?
Or I don't know her either.
And I don't either. But my point in saying that wasn't even what our comment was about. We were saying that the way she acts, it affects the way women. That was the reason why that girl went on that video and talked like that about Cam Newton, because she's channeling the Cardi B, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce attitude.
And I don't know if people understand how heavily influenced people when it comes to celebrity. I mean, even like me at a younger age, sometimes I have to catch myself. Because when you think about songs and movies, but especially songs, because songs are basically just extended chants, right? I mean, they're just extended chants. So you really have to be careful what you're listening to.
Yeah, when we talk about things, though, we talk about the active hand. I don't know these people. I love Denzel Washington, but I don't know him. I don't know. He could have 1,000 children in his basement, beating him up in the club for all I know. Exactly. But he does say some right things. Yeah. I remember, this takes me back. This situation always trips me out because people, I remember when Bill Cosby first, when the whole thing came out that he, raped all these women, and I don't know whether he did or not. I'm not here. I have no dog in this fight. I don't know. You know what I mean? But what I will say was very interesting. It was when I was looking at, a lot of comments off of, different various, Today's Show clips, and people were commenting, black people were commenting underneath about, in defense of Bill Cosby. But it wasn't even the defense of Bill Cosby that bothered me. It's the fact that they kept calling him Cliff Huxtable. Because they think they know him.
I know.
You don't know him. You know what I mean? And that's the danger, I think, of celebrity culture, is that we watch these people all the time. We actually kind of feel like we do know them.
And see, my problem with people like Beyonce, again, I'm not trying to necessarily just pick on Beyonce. I'm just using her because she's more of the grandiose celebrity. She's a celebrity of celebrities, right? Pretty much. So I'm just using her as an example. At this point. Yeah, I'm just using her as an example because she's a big one, right? I have a problem when there are celebrity women who are telling and selling all of this women's empowerment, masculinity attitudes, period. That little nasty attitude you see all the time about women, this bad bitch attitude you're seeing. They're selling and they're telling women to be this way. Yeah. All the while, I don't know Beyonce, so I don't know what's going behind the scenes, but I'm just saying all the while she may be acting a completely different way. And I think that you're aiding in the problem. If you really want to help the community, you really are just aiding in the problem what was going on with women today. Because this little I'm a diva and all that, this kind of attitude is going to be detrimental to women.
Yeah, well, it is
normal women. Yeah. Normal women. You can go out there and say that, Beyonce, Rihanna, you guys can go out there and say that all you want because you guys are, it's entertainment. But there's a fine line there. Celebrities shape everything. They do. They're used for that purpose. They're used through celebrities, we know what to wear, what to eat, how to act, what trips we're going on, what's the cool country to go to now. We are just,
we also see ourselves, and that's the point. The point is for us to see, like, a lot of black men love Jay-Z because he's black and he's wealthy. And so a lot of black men zoom in. And so this guy probably really likes Jay-Z more than Beyonce.
Probably.
You know what I mean? So I'm thinking that he's really trying to, and when I hear that comment, it sounds like we're trying to make sure Jay-Z's manhood is intact by saying his wife caters to him when we don't even really know that.
Yeah. We don't know that.
What we do know is that his wife goes out in front of the stage and dry humps a stage in front of her daughter. We do know
Right.
that she's always calling herself a diva and telling other women
to be
how
this
to
way.
be this way. We all know that. You know what I mean? The same thing as when Hillary Clinton was all I'm with her, and then she had Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all these other hip hop artists saying all these detrimental things about women.
Yeah, in their lyrics.
Because she was trying to
like,
be
what?
cool. These people do this stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one minute Jay-Z will be talking about business, and that's good, and the next minute he'll,
Right.
just like Tupac, he'll switch and start treating women like hoes.
Yeah.
The same thing is, it was like when we were watching. I remember we were watching. Someone was making fun of Jada Pinkett because when he brought Snoop Dogg on her Red Table Talk. And Snoop Dogg, she's like, you broke my heart when you said you were going to do a drive-by on Gail. And he was like, yeah. And then, what's his name, Joey B. Tunes? Yeah, you were shocked that a guy who has a song called Bitches Ain't
but hoes and tricks
says this stuff about women.
Yeah.
This guy's comment is about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Our show was not about them at all. It was
we had a 3 second.
But it wasn't even about their relationship. It was about her and what she talks about. And it was like, out of all that video, that piece, because you felt like we talked about your friend. That's how I feel. I mean, I could be wrong, but that is how some people clap back at you. Yeah. It's like when people get mad at people for criticizing Kevin Samuels. You think he's your friend. Yeah. And so people get mad at anybody that has who has any kind of dissenting voice against certain people. Yeah. Like they can never be wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of mind, you know, like the kind of brainwashing that celebrities can really do. Do you know how many people buy Manolo Blahniks?
Because of Sex and the City?
Because of Sex and the City, and nobody can afford that stuff?
Then you were mentioning before that no one was thinking about gluten-free until
Elizabeth
Hasselbeck on The View long years ago. She had mentioned that she was gluten intolerant.
On The View was because it had gluten in it.
Now, directly after that airing, this is years ago of that airing of her saying that during a food segment on the show. The amount of people that were Googling gluten-free and then it became a whole cult. I mean, oh my God. It became an entire business for most people. Based on what one celebrity woman said, it just took form. Then celebrities started talking about being vegan, plant-based. But I'm not even saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying, do you see how it just the culture? You see how they shape it?
Like it takes one person.
That's it.
Like to say, I eat organic, and now you have ketchup organic.
Yeah, everything's organic. You know it's not
organic or organic barbecue sauce. Organic. It's just all it takes is for these people are spokespeople.
I know.
And this is the reason why I don't 100% trust these celebrities because I do understand they work for corporations. I was watching. Tucker Carlson did a interview with Kid Rock. Yeah, and Kid Rock is a good interview because he was saying, "How come you're not cancelable? Like no one can cancel you." And he was like, "Why is that?" He said, "Because I'm not beholden to anyone." Right. He said, "I'm not beholden to corporations. I own my own craft, but I'm not beholden to anybody." He said, "Why do so many other celebrities kowtow all of these different like positions, feminism and all this stuff?" He said, "Because they are beholden to corporations." And this is the thing. That's the thing that sucked about people like Beyonce is that she will kowtow again because she's beholden to some people. So it reminds me of when Jay-Z started. Remember when he said something about having the codes because he was friends with Obama and his music, and then the White House didn't like that.
Yeah, I think it's in one of his songs.
It was in one of his songs.
He had mentioned on there, and I'm sure it was just tongue in cheek because he was saying, but because
they were so close,
they got close to Obama's because during the inauguration, they got very close to the Obamas. Beyonce and Jay-Z and Michelle and Barack got very close for some reason to them, and it was fine and dandy until he said that lyric.
And then people were like, "What?"
And the White House was like, "Whoa." So if you notice, after he said that whole lyric happened, like all of a sudden, even now, you don't really hear them talking about each other.
I do feel like it is very interesting. I think that comment was funny only because
the trust me part was interesting.
The trust me part was funny. Trust me.
I mean, maybe he knows. Maybe he knows.
I mean, unless you know them.
If you know them,
but people do that. You know what I mean? And
it's easy to say that you can't.
You know, I'm not gonna because I know that people become fans of people and they feel that they have to defend them.
He said he's not a fan of Beyonce.
No, he's a fan. I don't think he's a fan. I think he's a fan of Jay-Z. It's funny when you guys comment. Sometimes we have the like the comment, it gets like, I think was there was the one comment we were like, how do you answer this?
Yeah, we
were like, how do you answer,
I
because
was like, what?
trust you know these people?
Yeah, but
because we were just
the trusting part threw me off, because I couldn't even say trust me, because I don't know.
I don't know that.
Everything that we say about celebrities
is going by what they project.
Okay, first of all, it's full. It's 100% speculation. We have this is not. Look, I do not know these celebrities in that way, so I don't know. It's just speculation and drawing conclusions based on what they present. That's what we do, right? And with the presentation of Jay-Z and Beyonce, and for instance, to me, she seems like a Will and Jada situation.
I'm
sorry,
but no,
I feel like it's a Will and Jada situation.
The comment, the reason why we even mentioned her was about the girl in the video that was talking about Cam.
Right.
And the only reason we mentioned Beyonce was not because of Beyonce's music or anything like that. It was the fact that she is a part of a group of women that create women like this.
Yes.
But for some reason, the reason why we're confused in the comment is because that wasn't at all where we were going about Jay-Z and her relationship. It was about this woman attitude based on another woman's projection. He
had brought up the catering too.
Right. I didn't get that, because I was just thinking that was, to me, that wasn't the catering to Jay-Z had nothing had nothing to do with what I was talking about. Right. It was her.
He might cater. I mean, she might.
I don't know. But I'm saying that. But what I do know is what Beyonce puts out.
Yeah, that's why I'm focusing on.
That's all I cared about. That's why when the comment came, we were kind of like, well, it wasn't about Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship. I'm talking about Beyonce's attitude that creates this type of woman.
Right.
Jada Pinkett's attitude that creates this kind of woman. You can be a homemaker, but if you're going out there and you have a huge platform and you're selling this this sort of weird, I'm ballsy, I can do all this, then you're creating, you have a big microphone and you are creating a whole lot of people to act just like you. And this is why women act like that. Right. It's because they see these women and they think this is the way to be. And the reason why they think men are okay with this, because a lot of men didn't like that girl's video. Yeah. The reason why she's probably shocked that men got this mad or got mad at her, the way that people got mad at women got mad at Cam Newton, is because the women that tell her this are married. So she thinks that this is right, because a lot of men wrote underneath that girl saying, you ain't never going to get married. You ain't never going to do this. And I kept saying, yeah, she's going to get married. She just probably won't stay married. But the reason why these women believe that that's the way to talk is because women that are telling them that have big microphones. And it's not a lot of women. Because celebrities is a very small group of people. But they have a big voice.
Yeah, the influential ones that they put out there to push the narratives are the Meg Thee Stallions, the Kylie Jenners, the Beyonce, Rihanna, the heavy hitters. Those kind of like, there's like a group of like 10, that are like heavy hitters. Right. That those are the ones they want to push out there to again tell and sell this kind of like false narratives out there that it's making women feel like they can actually be like Beyonce. Now, because relationship, there are situations that even I know that where couples are trying to be a power couple when they don't have Jay-Z and Beyonce type money. Right. And they're going into debt trying to be and look and act like Jay-Z and Beyonce based on,
based on what they think.
Because culture, the celebrity culture.
Power couple and what that is. You know what I mean? And most women aren't going to be that. Yeah. And the thing, this is why I have the problem with Cardi B. It's not that Cardi B has sex. I've had sex. Yeah. It's not about that. You know what I mean? What it is, though, is telling these girls to be, loose and be happy about that because men do it. And then not explaining that if you have a child and you don't have any money and you have that kind of attitude, you don't have Cardi B money to deal with that.
What's being pushed is being promiscuous. Right. And so what comes with being promiscuous as a woman, obviously, is getting pregnant. Yeah. Disease. Too. Disease and getting pregnant are two of the big ones, okay? At the end of the day, like I was telling this guy, women are responsible for ourselves. Like, no doubt about that. Like, we can't just blame everything on a song. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm not saying to blame everything on a song. What I'm saying is that celebrity influence and celebrity culture, they shape it, meaning that they can subliminally get into your...
That's what music is.
That's what it's for, to get you into your psyche. What happens through that, and it's indirect a lot. So what happens with that is that young girls and then women take that in. I can be a bad bitch. Now everybody's saying it, boss bitch, bad bitch. They're saying it. Look, that's celebrity.
That's why when you that's why when we go to when we look back and we go to the 20s, there's a 20s look.
Yeah.
There's a 40s look.
There's
a 60s look. There's a 70s look. You know why? Because celebrity culture shaped the culture, and they dictate how we dress, how we talk. And Gloria, look what Gloria Steinem's been able to. Ever since she ran her mouth about feminism, look how far it's come. Just from one woman getting a lot of other women into this situation, and now look where we are. Yeah, I don't have any problem with his comment. I think that we were just confused.
Well, his comment's not wrong,
but I like it because it did bring up a different. To me, it brings up a good point about, like you said, about celebrity culture
shaping,
and how people can be so influential, and
it's very easy.
And really just people actually feel like they kind of know these people, and I'm guilty of it. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Me too.
That's why people like Bill Cosby kind of broke my heart.
Because like,
a little bit. Like, really, I didn't know that you went to forget about the rape stuff. I don't even know if that's true, but I do see that you're sitting here at the Playboy Mansion while you're telling everybody else to pull their pants up and act like a man and act like a woman and don't be slutty, and you're sitting over here, refereeing tennis matches with 18-year-olds, and you know what I mean. Right. So to me, it's he did you know what I mean, sitting with that refereeing and hanging out with all these old men with these very young Caucasian girls at the Playboy Mansion while you're telling everybody else to have morals. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is kind of upsetting.
I always tell people that's why I always tell people, enjoy their movies, enjoy their music, enjoy their whatever, their talent. But when you start to think that you actually know what's going on with them, you really just do not know. Now, this is the things that I think that I just feel like celebrities should use their celebrity to push the right things, because the word, that kind of word will get out where they can. It can be somewhat normalized in some way. But Kara was just telling me earlier today about Julia Roberts, being, she's been out of the limelight for a long time. Julia Roberts, she hasn't done a movie in years. And, Kara was telling me that it's because she's been raising kids.
Yeah, she's a liberal. Yeah. And she came out recently, and someone asked her, how come you haven't been in the movies lately? And I had not even noticed that Julia Roberts has not been in any movies. I think she probably does a commercial. She's like, she's like, well, she's the thing about, and this is what we call celebrity doing normal stuff.
I like that.
And this is what I like about what she's saying, and she's a liberal. So keep in mind when I say that, because she could literally go on with she's rich on her own. She can literally. But this is a woman that understands that she's not the only person in the room.
Right.
And so what she said is that, I could have, if I would have gotten a really, really, really good part, maybe I would have done it, maybe. But the point is I can't just take parts that I want, because I have kids now and my husband also has a career. So I have to discuss it with my husband and what's more important. And what's more important are the raising of our kids and my husband's career. I have a career. Right. I've had a career. She said my husband's career, and we wanted kids, and now I'm the mother, and I have to take care of my kids. And she said for the last 18 years I've been taking care of kids, and I've enjoyed being a homemaker. Now that doesn't mean she's never going to work, but it just means that that there are priorities in marriage.
Prioritized. And see, that's celebrity, though. See, I'm glad you even told me about that. Right. Because that's what I mean. If Beyonce or somebody who, especially in the black black culture, we definitely need better words like that. I just feel like
truth. It's just that's just
facts, so fan of, so let's just say someone is a super fan of Julia Roberts, and really loves Julia Roberts, and hearing her say that, it's probably going to make her feel like, oh, I can be normal. I can be normal then. Okay, so I don't have to be, working 24 hours a day and being a bad bitch all day long, because, and not to do the father thing Julia Roberts is doing, but it's interesting because celebrities do shape the way that a lot of people think, whether you like it or not, they do. Whether you like it or not, it happens. It's just nice to know that there is somebody at her caliber of celebrity, because Julia Roberts is at the A-lister. Well, she's an A-lister. She's an A-lister. And so I feel like her saying that was really, and like Kara's saying, she's a liberal. But notice, she can go off.
That's not going around.
No, that's not going around.
We had to find that on conservative pages. Right. They don't want that. CNN ain't talking about that. MSNBC is not talking about that.
They do not want women celebrities promoting any family like that.
Right. I will say this. I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I haven't heard anything from Jay-Z and Beyonce for long. So it could be that she is doing a Julia Roberts thing. Maybe she is raising her kids.
Maybe she's raising her kids. Maybe
she's quiet.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually we're hearing her all around, and she's been pretty
quiet.
How
many kids does she have?
I think, what, 3, 4? Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But it could be that she is taking a break to be a mother.
Yeah.
But is she going to talk about that? Or is she just going to talk about the empowering? See, talk about both.
Yeah.
But the reason why she maybe won't do that is because the same reason why Julia Roberts' story isn't going around, viral.
You don't want women thinking critically.
We don't want women thinking like women.
Yeah.
God forbid a woman that makes $1 million or billions of dollars or something suddenly wants to just be a mother.
Wow. That's just crazy. They can't promote that. That's crazy. Oh. So what we're going to do instead is make sure we push the hell out of that whole women's empowerment, bad bitch movement going on. If a jet setter woman has, kids, but she's still somehow jet setting and... what they really want, celebrities, is the person who's going to buy their stuff and go with the whole narrative, right? So we're not going with the narrative, so we wouldn't be their core group of people. So Beyonce's not talking to us. Yeah. She ain't talking to us. But it's like, it's interesting because a lot of women will lag on and just kind of like latch on to the idea to be a diva. And somehow... And be sassy like that and have that sassy attitude. And in some way, somehow, you're going to get a man who's going to just love that. Because all men just love sassy, nasty women.
Right.
No. But they're promoting that, and women are doing that because they think that it's cool, and they think men are going to think it's cool. And they get sadly a sad wake-up call when they see they don't have a man.
Right.
Or it didn't work out. Or it didn't work out.
Because in real life, and that's the thing, is like when celebrities promote real life, it's weird because they just don't have their life is not normal. So they're promoting things that aren't normal because their life isn't normal.
Yeah.
And we take it as like fact because we want to kind of be like them.
That was the beauty.
Or we want to believe that they are the fantasy. We were just watching the show The Crown, and
it's a good show.
And it's about the royals and what you call it, and it is interesting because there's parts where they're just all destroyed, within. But the point of the show, it basically is that when these famous people in their real lives can be shattered. That's why I remember a long time ago used to say when Heath Ledger died.
Yeah.
And he died of overdose.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Did he kill himself?
Yeah, he OD'd. I think he OD'd.
Like yeah. Or people get shocked because they think they know someone.
They die too.
And they die too. And then when Robin Williams killed himself, people were like,
"Oh, he wasn't happy."
He wasn't happy. He's a comedian because we think that we kind of know them.
So we don't know what's going on behind
closed doors. And so the show The Crown kind of shows you that about the life of people who have a public life, a big public life, by the way, where it's always it's just profitable for it to look right. It has to look okay. This is the reason why the Jada Smith and Will Smith thing was so interesting, is because they kind of lost their shield for a second because he slapped somebody.
Yeah.
He got in his feelings
because they were the Zen enlightened couple.
And even her new show, she's like, I'm here about healing. She's still doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, she's still doing it.
You know what I mean? And with her daughter and her mom, and you know what I mean? And this is what makes them both fascinating. And also, you have to be careful about who you clap for.
Right.
Because a lot of these people are not, just like Bill Cosby, are not who they portray themselves to be. And so when I look at celebrities, I look at the things that they project. And
so I don't know.
I critique that.
I can't
what they
really
do in their personal life, I don't really know.
Well, you can't really even, like, I don't know them, so I can't say that. But I do think that it's I will speak up when I see a celebrity that is doing something that is clearly detrimental to a community of people. In this instance, right now, what we're going through right now is black women. Or it's all women really, but black women specifically. It takes a bigger interest for me. It's a bigger interest. Black women's thing is a bigger interest for me, obviously because I'm a black woman. So when I see another black woman telling a woman to be, like Meg Thee Stallion over here twerking on everything that she sees, and she may be a decent, lovely woman in private. I do not know. That's not neither.
I don't care because that's neither here or there. Right.
But what she's promoting is for you to not be that. She's promoting for you to be sexual, very sexual, and then somehow in her world, being sexual is making her money. It's getting her attention. So she's having a payoff. She's getting a payoff there. But the women that she's telling this to and selling this to, their payoff is baby mama. They become single parents. They get diseases because they're being promiscuous and twerking on everything.
It's because the culture is making women feel like it's okay to be a tramp. It's okay to have kids outside of wedlock. It's okay that, you know, you have 3 or 4 baby daddies. It's okay, guys, that you go and smoke weed all day. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay, you know, that you, you know, that you have a bunch of different baby mamas. It's okay.
You know, in the 50s and even sometimes in the 60s, that it was the music that was promoted was mostly very wholesome, you know, or, you know, it was fun.
My girl.
Yeah, like it was very fun. It's very wholesome
Stop
type
in the
of music.
name of love.
But you see what I'm saying, that the society matched it, right? Because the celebrities that were singing those tunes, right? They are shaping. They were at that time in the 50s and 60s. They were shaping.
Now, I was going to say, I wouldn't even say that those celebrities were in good relationships.
Yeah, no,
they weren't. Most of them were in horrible relationships.
But they were promoting.
But the time period where they were talking like that, marriage was doing well.
Yeah. Now, when you fast forward to the 70s, it starts to get a little bit more dark. Yeah. Music is great in the 70s, though. But also, even then, it was more just like fun things. But they did promote, even like late 60s, they did promote sex, drugs. You know, that's how they promoted that stuff. And then what do you see? You see
Superfly.
When you see, but what do you see with celebrities and singers and all, you know, putting all that out there, their music out there? The next thing you see is that society and the culture is now, you know, flower child. You know, we have all, you know, the Woodstock was just a cesspool of, you know, just a mess. You know, so that's what I'm saying when I say the celebrities, you know, shape the culture.
Yeah.
They shape society easily. And it's usually through music is the more so than movies. Music is the easiest way to change someone's mind.
Yeah.
Because music is it's put you in the mood, and music is just basically like I was saying earlier, it's just a chant. You know,
Andrew Cliven went to L.A. not too long ago, and he said he you know, he didn't drive. He took Ubers everywhere. He said, I have this. I got this Uber driver. He said, African American kid who picked me up and took me to the you know, the studio or whatever he was going to. But the music he was listening to was horrible. It was about a rapper. Rapper talking about a woman's vagina. He just went through her and her friends, and so he said, I actually wanted to ask him. So he talked to him. Like, he talked to the driver. He said, why do you listen to music like that? Yeah. And he was just like, because that's how women are this year. And he was just like, and he said, it just dawned on me that these kids, because Andrew Cliven's in his, I think, 60, but this guy was in his early 20s, and he was just saying, it just dawns on you that music really does impact, because he found out this kid also had a child with a woman he's not married to. Yeah. And so he's just like, and so he's kind of breeding the problem. Yeah. And, you know, because, you know, single mothers breed single mothers.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Baby daddies usually have baby daddies. Right. Their sons end up being baby daddy. You know what I mean? Because that's what they see. But the music, though, is promoting it's okay to be this way. Yeah. And so the music, he said, the song that you're listening to is saying that it's okay to not only to have sex with a woman you're not married to, but also to have sex with her friends. Yeah. So and he's like, why do you feel like that's okay? And he's like, because that's how women are. He said, no, I'm not saying women letting you do it. I'm saying, why do you think it's okay to sleep with your girlfriend and then all of her friends? As a man, why do you think that that's okay? And he said, just looked at me and said, I don't know. And he was just like, and this is what we're talking about, that the normalization of feminism, the normalization of sexually promiscuous women and men who just have no control sexually, because a lot of these young men, they're on, you know, all of these rap videos and these Meg the Stallions and these OnlyFans are in porn, because now kids can just look at porn on their phone. Right, that's no big deal. That these boys are now lost. And they're detached from feelings and sex. They don't care anymore.
They don't know the real. They don't know
what it means.
They don't know what real, like, femininity and sexuality and sensuality is. Like, people don't really understand that anymore.
And then he said, "There's the agenda." Yeah. Because a corporation is controlling. He said to him, "A corporation is controlling you." Yeah. Through the celebrity. Celebrity makes the song. Right. It gets played. You buy it. You invested. So now what's happening is with the buying part. So they told you
what they're rapping about, right? What they're singing about, and then you go invest your actual money into that music, and so then you listen to it, and then you're wanting to be that.
Yeah, he even said, "I'm an old fogey." He said, "I know I'm an old fogey. I'm just trying to get you to think."
It's
you
a
know
deeper.
He said, "You even look like the guy. He's dressed like the guy who's actually rapping. The way he's look, his hair, and all. of that.
Of course.
He looks. You look.
They always
you're
do.
a carbon copy.
Yeah.
Of the way what you're a carbon copy of what they want you to think and be.
So we're just, our position is just enjoy their music, enjoy their movies, but you don't know them.
You don't know them,
and they
you don't know what they do in their private lives.
Right. So when you start hearing them sing some outlandish stuff, don't think that that's gonna work in your life.
You're right. Consider your life and theirs. You know what I mean? If they have Manolo Blahniks, check your wallet and make sure that if you're not, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you haven't paid rent yet.
Yeah. Don't try to be them if you're not in that bracket. Alright, you guys. Let us know what you think about all this. Leave some comments below. And that's really it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe,
and hit the bell.
Yep, that's it. So we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.